All right, so let's go ahead and take a look at this one here, guys. And on this one, it says that we have function f and g are invertible functions. So f of x in this case equals a 4x minus a 3, and g of x equals a 1 over 4x plus 3. Want to go ahead and simplify, write the simplified form. And we also want to go ahead and check if f and g are inverses. The only way f and g are inverses in this case is, let's see, function g and f, or f and g are inverses if and only if our function in this case, which is f of g of x, is equal to x. So your answer when you're simplifying should be an x. If you don't get that as your answer, then it's not invertible. It's not an inverse of itself, right? So when we do, in this case, this part here, we have to get a result of x. We don't have to do, in this case, the g of f of x just to check. We actually just have to do it once in this case to determine if it is an invertible function, or if it's an inverse actually of each other. So, and what they mean by invertible in this case is that they mean that they're the opposite. They have a reciprocal slope or a perpendicular, and then they're opposites as well to this. So let's go ahead and check that. Let's go ahead and put that to a test. I have f of g of x, which means I have f of what g of x equals, which is 1 over 4x plus a 3. So what this is telling me is that wherever I see an x in f of x, I have to substitute in that. So that's going to become, now in this case, a 4 times, what is this, 1 over 4x plus 3 minus 3, right? Zooming in on here, I'm going to go ahead and distribute that 4. So that's 4 over 4x plus 4, not 4, plus 12 in this case, minus 3. Okay, let me just double check that. Okay, plus a 3. Okay. So from there, x, because this cancels, plus a 9. Our result in this case needs to be an x. Needs to be an x. So because our result in this case is not an x, it's not an inverse. So I am going to be saying in this case, first of all, write it over here, f of g of x is equal to x plus 9. So that's actually one answer, right? Second thing they're asking in this case, if they're inverse, f and g are not inverse. Inverses. So they're not. Okay, so those are actually our two solutions there. Two solutions. So our answer should have been x, but it wasn't. It was x plus 9. So we're done with that part.